Listen to this good vibes guy.
Thank you for being here. Have fun. I will see you later. Bye-bye.
This is Bashar transforming. Now the agency must be summoning them. They're about to come. Look at this. Oh my God. What? If we follow this process, can we also do it? Let's try this. Let me join him. It's like the aliens need really some clean mind, good state of mind. What? They have arrived. What sign there? If you see that sign, they have arrived. Listen. I didn't believe this good vibes guy. Oh, my friend, I'm always surprised. Things that go on in other places of the world are strange. Wow, people will believe him. It's wonderful, it's good vibes. But if he came to this side of the world, he would have to show the people the aliens for the people to believe him. The ones he says.
All right, I'll say good day to you this day of your time. How are you?
I can't believe this. Now, Reggie has already
First and foremost, we
transformed.
thank each and every one of you individually, and again, all of you together collectively for the co-creation of this interaction and the allowance of this transmission this day of your time.
Wait, let me just say I'm speechless. Leave your
We've gone through
comments.
social media accounts linked to the White House Correspondents' Dinner shooting suspect, and this is what we found. Cole Thomas Allen's LinkedIn profile says he attended Caltech University, and we found this picture of him there, now removed from its website. He was working part-time for a company called C2 Education. They named him Teacher of the Month in this deleted Facebook post from 2024. LA County records show that Allen was registered as having no party preference, but receipts held by the Federal Election Commission show Allen did donate $25 to Kamala Harris's campaign. A document reportedly written by Allen before the attack was signed with a nickname. The BBC has not been able to verify that document. Multiple social media accounts linked to that nickname have been deleted, but we've used internet archiving tools to recover them. One of the most active was this account on Blue Sky. In January, it posted that the US would crash and burn until people step up for themselves. In early April, it slammed plans by some journalists to wear white pocket squares at the White House Correspondents' Dinner to promote press freedom, calling them pathetic. And the next day, said, we can and must oppose Trump. Many of the most recent comments by this account were directed at the president himself, calling Trump a villain, likely a sociopathic mob boss and a sadist. We've sorted through hundreds of likes, posts and shares on this account. Supportive of Ukraine, opposed to the war in Iran, and most of all, deeply critical of the Trump administration.
Oh, my friend, did you know that guy was that? Did you know about
What if
him?
everything that we've been told about good and evil and God and the devil is completely backwards? So I heard something the other day that honestly stuck with me, and I can't tell if it's thought-provoking or completely out of line. So I kind of want everybody's opinion on this.
Sure.
So during a deep, almost theological type of conversation that I was having with someone, they told me that if they were in fact a Christian, they wouldn't follow God from the Bible. They'd in fact follow
What?
the devil.
Why?
And obviously that kind of caught me off guard. So I asked them why. And their answer was different, to say the least, but also kind of interesting. And they said because in the entire Bible, the devil never actually kills anyone. Not once. He tempts, he lies, he manipulates, but he doesn't directly wipe people out. But God floods the entire world. He destroys Sodom and Gomorrah in a fire. He kills every firstborn in Egypt, including every other children. He commands entire groups of people, men, women, babies, even animals, to be slaughtered. He opens the earth and swallows families completely whole. He turns someone, this woman, into a pillar of salt just for looking back. He sends bears to maul children for mocking a prophet. He wipes out entire nations in the name of justice. And he tells his followers to leave no survivors. And then they said something that actually made me go down the rabbit hole a little bit more, because this is an area that I am familiar with. So what if the roles were actually reversed and what we've been told is different? And that's where it kind of gets a little strange, because if you look back at the ancient Sumerian text, there's a story of Enki and Enlil, and it almost mirrors the exact same dynamic between God and the devil. Not Jesus, God and the devil. and one is seen as a creator, a rule maker, and a harsh authoritative figure, and the other is more sympathetic to humanity, even going against the higher power to help humans survive. And doesn't that kind of sound like a situation that we had in a certain garden? So here's the question that I really can't shake and that I kind of want to ask is, does this line up with the narrative that the Sumerians were telling us thousands of years ago? And if it does, why do these stories sound so similar? You know, I know that this is kind of vague, but I'm not trying to be on here for 20 minutes. You know, I'm not saying that I 100% believe this, but I am saying that it has to make you think a little bit. So let me know what you think in the comments.
Little knowledge is truly dangerous. That God also made way for people in the sea and other things. Look at this amphibious car. This is the jet to a G700. Look at it being put to test. This is at Yangtze Lake in Beijing. My friend, this is the car that moves in water. Oh, now what do we even call it? Is it a car or a boat? How, in which class is it? How is it classified? Please, the people that know things, is this supposed to be called a car or a boat? Because it moves on water and on land. But it's a car boat. Yeah, maybe it's called a car boat. Because how? This is unbelievable. Technology has reached here. Oh, the person that invented this must have had a fear of water. But think about it. Why would I want to put my car in the water? And there are boats. Ha! So it's risky. You can drown there testing the car. Oh, this one, even if it does this, myself, if it is my car, wouldn't try it out. Hi! These are some of the features that you are just proud your car can do. Don't test them. Let's go! Hey, unbelievable. Hey, humans, my friend. It's like they have invented everything. Now it's time for reinventing stuff.
Train the seagull. Dance.
Watch this.
This is why people fear mountain lions. Let's see. Mountain lions. Whoa. In this side of the world, my friend, we have lion, three lions. That one can go anywhere. Mountain, land. I think it can even swim. And it's good vibes. This one, if it comes to this side of the world, it can feel like a small cat because the things that are here, my friend, one day we'll show you. If you don't want to see them, tell us in the comments. We might show you one day. This one, the eyes.
Mountain lions are some of the most stealthy
Yes,
predators
our friend.
in North America, and also they get very big. And you can see in this video, it is basically impossible to see a mountain lion unless they have that eye shine going on. And that eye shine is just reflecting light. So once it gets dark, if light hits a mountain lion in the face, you can see it very easily because their eyes reflect that light so brightly. And even here, you can see it's kind of low light, and any type of light makes those eyes reflect like that. But in this video, you can see how perfectly camouflaged that mountain lion is. And if you took that eye shine away, it's basically impossible to see. That mountain lion blends in perfectly. And that's just what they do when they hunt. They're predators that are very, very patient. And they will sit and wait till the perfect time. They don't rely on speed to get their prey down. They'll get as close as they can, as quiet as they can, and then once they're close enough, they'll just burst at them with a little bit of speed, grab their prey, and then it's pretty much over.
Before we go down the rabbit hole, you have to know who we're talking about. His name in Hebrew is Jehezkel, and his account is found in Nevim, the section of the Hebrew Bible known as the Prophets. Jehezkel was a priest, a man trained to understand how things are ordered and built. One day while sitting by the river, he says that the heavens were open. In that moment, the curtain was pulled back. Jehezkel got a backstage pass. He was looking at the hidden structure of our world. He saw the rafters, the massive gears that people isn't supposed to see. The first thing that he describes in chapter 1 is the firmament that looked like a terrible crystal. In the original Hebrew, terrible meant awe-inspiring, and crystal meant something transparent, but rock solid, like deep frozen ice. He's describing the glass dome, the physical ceiling of our vessel. Then he sees the wheels within the wheels. Imagine a perfect clock where the gears are nested inside each other. These wheels are what move the sun, the moon, the stars across the sky on a fixed track. Now the eyes of the wheels. In Hebrew, the word eye also means sparkle or faucet. Think of a compound eye of a dragonfly. Each eye is a tiny lens. Jehezkel was describing a high-definition surface. The sky isn't just a roof, it's a living interface that catches and records every frequency and movement in the realm. Nothing is hidden because the very fabric of the sky is reflecting the truth of everything happening below. At the very heart of the system, Jehezkel sees a throne that looks like sapphire. This is the North Pole, the center point of the entire world. Think of it as a magnetic anchor. This is the fixed point that everything else circles around. This explains why some places have 24-hour daylight. The architecture, the original light, God, established this anchor with a natural magnetic heartbeat. When the pulse is at the sapphire center, it's at its peak, and the sun path stays tight around the middle because the sun is circling so close to the center it never sets for the people there. When the pulse relaxes, the sun path moves out toward the edges. Nobody's pulling it manually. The Creator harmonized the magnetic field to breathe in and out, creating the days, the nights, and the seasons as a natural living cycle. Jehezkel was giving us the blueprint for our current reality. He saw the structure, the gears, the dome, and called them living because the system is harmonized. It pulses with the energy of the source. Once you understand the wheels and the magnetic heartbeat, you'll start to realize that you're inside a masterpiece of a design.
I look at spirituality now like people who are spiritual look at religion. Even spirituality is a trap.
What? How?
The
Please
things that you learn
explain.
in spirituality aren't actually true. It's not truth. Such as the higher self. Your higher self is not higher than you. It is your equal. It is equal to you. It is your soul. You guys are a match. Telling you it's your higher self is making you think that you'll never achieve alignment because it will always be higher than you, which is not the case at all. There are so many terms and so many things you learn in spirituality that are not true and not the truth.
Hi, I saw this Google Maps anomaly on X and I thought, hey, is that real? I thought I'd check it out. Let's go here. We're in Australia.
The original post claimed there was an unexplained anomaly hidden inside Google Maps. According to the viral clip, if you zoom in on a small, unnamed island just off the coast of Western Australia near Barrow Island and drop the Street View figure onto the location, something very odd happens.
Oh, little islands here. Let's go to this little piddly one. Anyway, there doesn't appear to be anything there, but if we get our little street map person here, look at this. There's a thing. Somebody's put a thing there. Let's go in.
What?
What is this?
Instead of the usual satellite imagery or coastal scenery, the view appears to shift into an interior space.
Office? Like with drop ceilings?
The Greys used to be human, and they came from, in a sense, a parallel reality version of Earth, but they destroyed their version of Earth. They lost control of it, and it was very toxic. They mutated, they lost the ability to reproduce, so basically they went underground. Now, they were more advanced technologically than us at that point in their history. So once that everything else failed, like cloning and whatever they needed to preserve their society, they realized that the only way to do it was to use their advanced technology to go into realities where there was still viable human DNA like ours, and use that human DNA to create hybrids that would perpetuate their society. In a sense, in return for that, the hybrids are helping us avoid the same mistakes that the Greys made that destroyed their version of Earth, so that we don't go down the same path.
Makes sense. What is the biggest thing humanity needs to get rid of for open contact to begin?
Well, open contact will begin. For it to be beneficial to humanity, humanity needs to let go of their fear-based beliefs. They need to start having new, more modern definitions of things and let go of the outdated, old-fashioned definitions that really are not representative of the way things work. They need to understand their connection to spirit, their connection to source. They need to understand what the universe is really all about, what existence is really all about, and they need to stop giving in to fear-based beliefs and beliefs like, there's not enough for anyone and all this kind of stuff, or, I'm better than you, or, this kind of belief system. It just doesn't work. It doesn't allow the whole system to support the individuals in humanity. So extraterrestrials operate on whole systems. They understand everything is interconnected. Everything is an aspect of the same one thing. Call it source, call it God, goddess, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't care. Because it is everything that is. So we're all made of it. We're all interconnected. We're all different aspects, different perspectives, different experience and relationships of it. So we need to start acting like we understand that. And that will go a long way to making us more vibrationally compatible with the way extraterrestrials that are operating in space for millions of years view things.
Are things like the Epstein files part of a bigger shift right now in consciousness?
Yes. When Bashar called this the year of disclosure, he didn't just mean UFO information. He meant that a lot of things that have been hidden for a long time, a lot of secrets are being revealed. So this is the whole thing about getting everything up out of our system, getting everything onto the table, finally seeing all of the things that have been going on behind the scenes that are not necessarily representative of what's best for us, so that we can see it more clearly, more blatantly, and say, is this the way we want the world to continue, or do we want to do something different? So this is the year of disclosure, exposure, consequential secrets coming into the light, so we can really make an educated decision about how to move forward.
The DS is very, very adamantly fighting to prevent you from learning about extraterrestrials. That's the last thing they want you to know about. They want you to be afraid. They want you to see them as gods, to see them as authority figures. The last thing they want is for you to understand there's a higher power that answers Christianity, answers Islam, answers Buddhism, answers Hinduism. The Bible has ET contact. The Quran has ET contact. Buddhist scriptures have multiple examples of ET contact. So does the Hebrew scriptures. I mean, it's everywhere. And so it's very important to understand that the most jealously guarded secrets by the DS are the forbidden technologies. This is the most dangerous thing to talk about. They will threaten you the most. They will attack you the most. They will take intelligence assets and put them on you.
Oh, my friends, that guy you mean is now missing.
Okay, so a viral theory says a time traveler predicted the latest attempt to assassinate Donald Trump. Stay with me. This X account has only one post from 2023, a name matching the suspect, Cole Allen. It now has over 50 million views. Over the weekend, a man named Cole Thomas Allen was arrested after rushing past a security checkpoint at the hotel hosting the annual White House Correspondents' Dinner. Shots were fired. Immediately, this theory took off.
This cover photo right up here
is from a website called Time Machine, but it gets even weirder.
So is all this just a coincidence or something more? We found evidence pointing to the real answer. Let's start with this header image. The theory says this image secretly shows Trump after the assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. That assassination attempt happened a year after this account was created, and many are saying this is evidence that this account predicted the future. But with reverse image search, we find that this image has appeared all over the web for years. It was posted on Unsplash, a website for free images in 2021, and we find this username, Distinct Mind. Turns out he's a Canadian artist named Jean-Louis Rebello. We call him, and he says this image has nothing to do with Trump. How did you make this art?
I made it using pixel sorting, so I just applied some random effects to it, just tweaking the settings until I thought it looked good.
What was your thought when you saw this being spun out in this narrative?
My intention was just to create cool art. Everyone has a different perspective. This one lady, she like flipped my image upside down and she found Jesus.
Okay, but why did this account post the name of the suspect? Short answer, it didn't. There are tons of Cole Allens in the world. The account didn't include the suspect's full name, Cole Thomas Allen. So it's probably a coincidence, and as we've shown, there is no evidence this is the work of a time traveler. As for who Henry Martinez is, we actually tried to figure out who was behind this account, but there are limited digital clues. There's only a username and one post, so we couldn't figure out who it is. If there's anything you'd like us to investigate, email us at vi@cbc.ca.